Hello. Glass of cannabis. It's been a glorious year. I want someone in here to stand to their feet and tell me their best way to smoke. Who will it be? You want what's your name, girl?
Not him. It don't really matter when we all agree. What's your best way to smoke? Cause I'm rolling it up. Smoke like I ain't had enough. What's your best way to smoke? Cause I'm rolling it up. Smoke like I ain't had.
What's up with y'all out there? This is the Best Way to Smoke podcast, and you smoking with Big J.
And Serpo Jr. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and tell a friend.
Most definitely. And we want to say thank you to everybody that tuned in and check out the podcast.
Yes, and the Best Way to Smoke fam, we got the goddess with us.
Special
the
guest.
Orange County Cannabis Motto of the Year.
Thank you.
Yes,
I love that introduction.
Yes, indeed.
Most
So
definitely.
today's Best Way to Smoke tip is coming by way of the goddess. So what's that tip for us?
I say my best tip is to stay hydrated. Make sure you're always drinking some water or something infused. Do not be out here in these streets thirsty, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I agree with that. I agree with that. Because it's like you out here smoking that bomb, that loud, however you want to call it. You get that young keys out in your mouth and all that, you know what I'm saying? You ain't trying to faint around there, though.
I'm saying that is facts. I had to make sure. Look at me. I got two. I was like, I would not be caught in these
Great
streets
tip,
thirsty.
great tip.
You know what I'm saying? I got to stay hydrated. I
Yep.
have to.
Yeah, most definitely. Stay hydrated. Drink that agua.
There we go. Stay
Yep,
hydrated.
look, the agua is most important.
Oh, there we go. Let's put this one up first. That's the most
Yes,
important one.
indeed.
Oh,
Who wants it?
everything. That's the diluter. So how you been, though, since the last interview?
I've been absolutely amazing. I cannot complain. You know me. I try to always have an attitude of gratitude. But I've been doing blessed. I'm doing absolutely good. You know, I won Model of the Year. So last time I was here, I was telling everybody. Thank you.
Yeah.
Getting the votes in. But now it's like,
Congratulations.
thank you so much. Honestly, it was so amazing to just be there with all my friends
Yeah.
and everyone around. And it
Yeah.
was just like, the work I put in, it's like finally you get to be like,
You see it.
you
It's
see it going in
appreciated.
and it's like, finally.
Yep. Yep.
That's
paid
dope.
off.
So it's like with the motto of the year, how has that impacted the goddess?
I would definitely say in a positive way. It has me more or less like believing that all the work I was putting in is actually showing for something. And I feel like more or less people, when you have a little title to your name, you know, they
Mhm.
want to kind of work with you.
Right.
A little bit more respect in these kind of streets. So, you know, I do appreciate that.
That's
So it
what's
made you
up.
work a little bit harder, or like a lot of things just opened up for you to where it's like you can just like present yourself in all different aspects of the field?
I feel like, honestly, it just helps people a little bit more see like, okay, she's more serious. She's not just trying to
Mhm.
smoke online. She's trying to build a
Yeah.
brand. She's trying to do something. So definitely, I feel like people take me a little bit more seriously, but not letting it get to my head or anything. I'm just happy that I'm able to talk to people and they're a little bit more open-minded to like hear what I got to say and work with me. So I think it helped me a lot, actually.
That's
Right.
dope. Attitude of gratitude. Remember that. It's coming from the goddess.
Yep,
Yes,
yep.
Always. You will always have more if you are grateful for what you already have.
For
That's
sure,
nice.
for sure.
That's
So it's
knowledge.
created a lot more opportunities for you.
I think most definitely it has. A lot of people have seen me that I haven't seen, and I feel like it's such a big award show that people were like, okay, you know, I've seen you in the background, but now I'm really seeing you out here on the forefront. So people are paying attention, and I like that.
Yeah.
I see you working and stuff. I see you here, there. You doing your little bud tending and stuff like that.
So-
Like, how's that going?
So I do more or less cannabis, like brand ambassador. So I'll go to different
So you branding
dispensaries.
it.
Yeah, and I set up at
Branding
different
it.
dispensaries. So I love it. It gives me an opportunity to kind of just get the legal as well as getting kind of the black market.
Right.
So I love,
right,
you know
right.
me, I'm going to do both because them taxes is real. So I'm always, you going to always catch me at a sesh, you know, always
Mhm.
working Moonrock Orange County table. Always smoking
Mhm.
that gas, but I like to do both. So I'll set up like a brand, like different dispensaries and just hand out samples and just educate different patients on the product that we have. And usually there's a promo when I'm in store.
Right, right. So that creates a lot of different deals. You get a lot of deals on the product and all that.
So depending where I go, I usually get the employee discount. So I get 15 to 30%. So it
Oh,
really
that's
just
good.
takes off the taxes. So
Right,
it's more
right.
reasonable. So, you know, I could go to Cookie and not like break the bank, you know. I'll get that little
Right.
20% and I'll be like, okay, I'll try this cinnamon roll. I'll try this pound cake.
Most definitely.
But only
right.
because of discount, because prices.
Oh, cause look, I remember before the first interview, you was saying like you was kind of hesitant with the edibles and stuff. So are you a
Yes.
little more open now? Like,
Speaking of that, and I'm actually representing an edible company, so that's so funny that you said that because I'm representing Enjoyable Edibles. So
oh,
Enjoyable edibles.
I
Shout
like
out
to, like,
Enjoyable
you know,
edibles.
it is super dope. Like they have a lot of really good flavors,
Right.
like Rice Krispies, and their edibles are infused, so you can't
Hmm.
really taste it. So they're dangerous, but they're fire.
right. That's what's up.
So
That's what's
I've been
up.
slowly but surely, you know what I'm saying? If I want to, I like to say, you know, if I want to like put myself to sleep, I'll take an
Yeah.
edible like around 6 o'clock. Like I do
Yeah.
like on a Saturday when I'm about to cook, just take a
Yeah.
whole
Uh-huh.
edible.
Yeah.
Around like 8:30, I'll be like, man, what happened? I'll be like, oh yeah, it's that edible. Like, so I love the way the edible
Yeah.
like effect just hits you. So if I don't have nothing to do and I want to wake up in the morning, like
Yeah.
I'm for sure
I
gonna
think that's the best way to hit the edibles. You know what I'm saying? If you finna just eat and go to sleep.
Go to sleep. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
just have it hit you and don't even know. You be like, oh yeah, it's that edible. So usually I'll knock myself out one of those. So I've been trying
Yeah.
it a little bit more.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, me too though, because I really was just on the, smoking the weed, but the edibles, especially the drinks. I've been on the syrup.
Yeah. I
And,
think you on the drinks more so the edibles. I
This is
seen
so
like
good.
once you came across that
Yeah.
Cannabis,
Yeah,
it's a whole
cannabis. The cannabis. Yeah,
It was
It's-
over.
it's a whole nother big J.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hold on. All right.
But it was a trip though. When I first tried it, I took 2 capfuls of the syrup,
Oh, you took
just
2?
straight.
Just myself?
Yeah, and that shit had a
You
yeah,
brave.
that shit. And I had smoke too, so I was out. Yeah, I was out. Have
Out
you ever?
like a light.
Have you ever
Like a
did
light.
something like that? Like
Uh,
overindulged?
Oh, obviously, like the first time, oh my goodness, I did edibles. I did not realize that it hit you until the real life hit you. So I definitely
Yeah.
have, thankfully, I'm always like smart enough to be like, all right, let me do this when somebody else is driving.
Mhm.
When I know you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna get to my
Yeah.
destination or I'm already at my destination. But yeah, one time I remember I was stuck. I mean, stuck.
Yeah,
I never understood the
Yeah.
real concept of stuck until it's like, I'm not getting off the couch. Like,
everything.
I'm not.
that shit hit you. Yeah,
You had your peoples around.
Yeah,
you
my
know,
people
to
like
get
you good, but I was just like, I'm good. Like I'm not about to throw up nothing. I
Right,
just
finna go to
literally,
high as a
this is
motherfucker.
it. Like I'm here. You know, if you want to casually check me, this is where I'll be. Right here.
Yeah.
I have not moved and I will not move.
I like that though because it's like just a little while back we was telling the best way to smoke fam. It's like once you're doing something, it's cool to like do it around people you comfortable with. So it's like if you can't handle it, you got somebody that's trustworthy to guide you.
Yes.
And it's like if
Most
you
definitely.
are just like, and when I say tripping out, I mean like tripping out in the weed way. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You just like
I'm
tripping.
vibing. I'm
You know what I'm
feeling
saying?
it.
Right.
And it's like, and you got your people around right there, and that's good. And like, we got the motto of the year telling y'all that.
Hey, listen, okay.
Yeah.
Even if I wasn't model here, I'm saying y'all make sure you're around people who you trust, who you have
Sure.
good energy. You don't ever want to be in a state where you're just like, you know, not all the way there and you're not around people that you don't trust or you don't know well like
Mhm.
that. Like the world is crazy. So always gotta stay safe, y'all.
Yep. So yeah, this your Instagram page right
Ooh,
here.
who's that, Betty?
The goddess. Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Let me see. Go back down. Can you tap on the one right there where she got her awards right there?
You can double click
Yeah,
it
this
too while you
one.
on there. Go ahead. I'm just playing. Click, click.
Like, tell us about this moment right here.
Oh,
Wow. I feel like honestly, just looking at all of our faces, like you could just see so much happiness. Like we
Sure.
all together took home 12 awards. So all my girls, we took home 12. My girl Betty, my girl Jordan, she got entrepreneur. Betty got best
Dope.
host, best
Dope.
comedian of the year.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
it was honestly amazing and such a blessing to just be able to share that moment with friends.
Yep.
I loved it.
Yeah, I can see it in the smiles. It's like, man, they all right there. They all holding like, you know what I'm saying, trophies of honor. And I'm pretty sure it was like a tough road going to like get that type
Sure.
of recognition for everybody to see that like, man, this is not a gimmick. You know what I'm saying? I'm really out here trying to do this.
Yes, honestly, I feel like that was honestly the second best thing. Like just to be able to be like, wow, all those times I was
Mhm.
trying to put together ideas, trying to make sure, am I doing this right? Am I okay? Is this it? It shows like you're doing good. Stay on the right track.
Yep.
Keep working
Mhm.
hard, but people believe in you.
Yeah.
So I felt really good because I was up against a lot of amazing people.
Yep.
I was
Yeah.
nervous,
So
But
that's
you
a
know,
big motivator for you then, huh?
it most definitely was because it shows, you know, that if people stand behind you, even if you're not like at 24K or working with this campaign or this person,
Mhm.
if people love you,
Mhm.
people will like always support you. So that's
Yep.
what matters is the support. So it makes me know like I'm doing the right thing, I'm in the right direction, and continue to stay
Yep.
at a steady motion. I'll be where I want to be.
And that's dope, you know, as a black woman, you know, in the cannabis industry to see you pushing like this, because like we talked about in the first interview, you know, it was certain struggles and stuff like that with being a black woman. But to see you get that recognition and shit, that's dope. We was happy as fuck for you though. You
I
know what I'm
see
saying?
that.
On the
And I was
real.
just so happy. I was like, look who's
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
like the thing. I would love to see the faces, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, that
And
was
black
dope.
girls wanted too. We was
Yeah.
taking over. I was
For
like,
sure.
okay.
Yeah.
I was the only black girl in the category. Actually, the only black person in the category for model of the year. And I
Yeah.
was like, boom. And I took that home and I was like, yes.
Yeah.
That's dope. And it's like I remember last time you was telling us about Betty Crocker cakes and stuff
Yes,
like that.
Yeah.
Betty
And
Crocker
And it's like we go up there, we
Banks.
see her. I'm like, man, the goddess told us about you. You know what I'm saying? We see, you know what I'm saying? Shots out. That was dope.
Yeah,
I
for
love
sure.
You gotta
her.
take
That is my
home.
good sis. Honestly, I cannot say, I just love her. I cannot say much better words about her. Like, she was the main one to like help me. Like, when I first got in this industry, I did not know where to go, where to start.
Right.
She hit me up like, girl, you're so gorgeous. This is what you need to follow.
That's
This is
dope.
what you need to do. This is how you need to
Mhm.
get your page. Because I didn't know anything. I was just a girl
Yeah.
coming from the
That's
sesh.
good.
Yeah.
And she was like, follow this person. Before I knew it, people were hitting me up like, hey, you know, Betty told me that you do this. And I'm like, wow. So
That's
I love
dope.
the fact
That's
that we can is like, you know, and I feel like that's why she's so blessed. When you bless other people, you will always get more. So
Most
she's
definitely.
always giving people opportunities.
Shout out Betty Crocker.
Damn, shout out to my
Yep,
sis.
yep. Let's give her a cheer too. Yep, for sure. That's dope.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
she took on, you know what I'm saying?
Host,
few.
comedian,
She,
and
she-
best
yeah,
podcast.
yeah,
She
but
was-
She working.
we coming for that one though.
Shit, Look, okay.
You know what I mean? But
She's
yeah, that's
always ready
dope
for
though.
some
That's
healthy
dope.
competition. But yeah, she is really out here working. Like we
That's
really
dope.
are all out here, you know, working, and we're trying to stay positive, keep that kindness flowing. And I feel like that's what gets you more. So in that picture, I feel like you could just see
See
the
it, yep.
happiness, like
For
"Yes,
sure.
we did it."
So are you running for this again?
No, I'm actually gonna represent it. Like I'm not just gonna represent it to the winner. So I'm excited to be in Vegas this year
Dope,
to
dope,
crown Vegas Model of the Year. You know, I
dope,
want to
dope.
give somebody else a chance. You know, Betty like the 3 peats. I'm just gonna let you know she's in it for Vegas. So she's
Yeah.
running for all 3 again. She's like, I want to take that 3 peat home. So I'm like, get it, girl. I'm just gonna come support. But honestly, I feel like this is my time to I have the title, just work with it. Work, network, work. So
Yep.
that's what I've been doing. I like
Yep.
give somebody else their chance. You know what
That's
I'm saying?
dope.
I want to. I got my title. I'm ready to work now.
Yep. That's dope because it put a different light on you.
Absolutely. Like I just actually came from the Las Vegas G4 conference.
Dope.
So it was a lot of great vendors out there, a
Yeah.
lot of nice people, like Mike Tyson, Snoop Dogg had came out there. It was lit. And it was
I can
just
imagine
so
that.
great to be. I was literally living. He was DJing. I was literally living my life.
On everything.
The only complaint, Snoop, I got one complaint. Why didn't play more of your songs? Like I know he was trying to cater to the crowd, but I needed to hear. Like I was ready to
Right.
literally, because I was standing up singing
Get your
lyric
seat walk
for
on.
lyric. I mean lyric for lyric,
Right.
lyric for lyric. I was like, oh, he see me too. He's like, I
Right.
see you, girl. I was like,
What was he playing in? Like what type of music?
it was a mix. So
Yeah.
he was just mixing it to like, you know, cater to all the crowd that was there.
Right,
But I
right.
was looking at him like, listen, I need you to do something. Lay
Say-
low. Nobody
yeah.
move until I
Ooh,
say so.
so.
I was
Some gin and juice, all that
he
shit
did
up.
the gin and juice.
Oh, he did that
but
one.
he cut it a little bit. I was like, come on, man. I'm trying to get ratchet, Snoop. He's keeping it nice and, you know, a little ratchet, a little classy. So he was going back and forth. He was actually playing some songs. I was surprised. Like,
Huh.
Yeah.
it was like a
Man, that sound like it
little
was
electro
fun,
beat. It
though.
was fun, though. I had a blast. I had a good time. But
Yeah.
it was just nice being able to go to these companies and, like,
Yeah.
network and actually have something
So
worthy
which
to say.
one of the vendors stood out to you?
Who was one of my favorite vendors? There were so many people. WeTube was there. I feel like one of my best like
Yeah.
moments was I've been following like Mac Dizzle and
Right,
Joya for a
right.
while, and I actually got to like meet them. So I was like,
Hmm.
oh my god, girl, hey. So WeTube was
right.
definitely really cool. And I love that it's another outlet for us as stoners to be able to just
Mhm.
express ourselves. So
Right.
hopefully, you know, I can get that site on and popping.
For
you know.
sure. Yeah, the weed tube.
The weed tube, yeah, they were
Yeah.
out there, so it was
Yeah.
cool.
That's dope.
But I was just happy meeting Mac Dizzle because I was like, I've been following you for a minute, so it was nice to finally be able to like
For real,
see
see
you
you
and
in
see-
person.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun. I really had a good time.
Yeah. Shout out to Weed too. Yeah.
E-
Yeah, we got an account with Weed too. We mess with them.
Oh yeah, see, I started to
Yeah.
put stuff up gradually too. I just honestly feel like it's just the processor. I hate that I have to get on the computer.
Mm.
Most people want to stay on the
their
phone.
phones, tablet or
Mhm.
something.
And we got so many editing apps on our iPhones anyway. I mean,
Yeah.
sorry, Android, but
Mhm.
I know somebody gonna be mad.
No, I'm not
I'm-
mad though. I love
No,
the
I'm
Android
laughing.
though.
I'm
an
laughing
Android
because
user.
we be low key be having them kind of fights. You know what I'm saying?
Look.
It's like he Android.
So I
got
can
the
tell. I
Apple
can
and
tell by
shit,
the way
you
you
know what I'm saying?
smile. You was Team iPhone all day. You look like she clowning you.
He
She
look, he
clown.
look right at me though.
He
like-
gave you the straight side eyes. He gave you the Android. You an
You
Android?
couldn't wait. Hey, you
Oh,
couldn't wait for that,
man.
huh?
Sure could.
Man, it
That was
just
not
came,
rehearsed, y'all. I
Drop the
just came
bomb.
natural.
Boom.
Oh
No,
man.
but that's cool though, man. It's what I was finna say.
Look,
I
you
done
got
had
lost
one of
because
them
I look. Switch. We got to get you to switch now.
Man,
It's official.
No, I'm team Indica all day.
Oh, look. I thought we were talking about the iPhone.
Huh.
Look,
Oh
I
no,
said
I'm not finna switch. No, we ain't
No, I'm
finna
telling
do
him
all
he
that.
got to switch the
No, I
iPhone.
ain't switching nothing.
Look.
I'm rocking with it though.
Everybody gonna stay with it?
Yeah, my wife, everybody in the house got the iPhone and stuff though.
No,
so,
but
Dang,
not
you
him.
holding out. Listen,
yeah,
there you go.
I'm rocking with the Android though.
Look, he not gonna
We
switch.
sipping to the iPhone.
Oh, yeah, we is. iPhone?
Oh,
iPhone gang gang?
man. So what you got going on next? Like what's planned for you? Like, you know.
So I'm actually getting ready to work with the new CBD company.
Dope.
So I've got some photos and some different stuff coming out. So
Dope.
I'll be dropping that real soon. So
That's
pretty much
dope.
I'm just working on that and just trying to work with more brands. So I'm definitely you'll
Yeah.
be seeing me out in some different.
CBD in what form?
It's actually going to be gummies, and I believe they have tinctures as well.
Hmm.
So
I think them gummies is like kind of cool. 'Cause
Yeah.
I got some gummies before, and it was like the little pains and little stuff like that from the CBD and the gummies. In
Mhm.
reality, it was kind of cool. It wasn't like weed, nasty tasting and nothing like that. It was like, you know what I'm saying, your regular little gummies.
Right.
And it's like I was
smooth.
snack. I don't know if I just popped too many of them.
Right.
You was really
right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's
Okay.
like I ain't had that 8.
Right.
You know,
Yes.
I was just like chilled and like cooled out.
Yeah.
I usually
yeah.
tell people, like, if you're a stoner, like, if you like to medicate, I definitely like to add CBD to my routine just because
Mhm.
it does help with inflammation, like you were saying, with
Mhm.
pain. If you're having, like, specific pain on areas, like having to
Mhm.
isolate is just amazing.
Yeah, that's cool. Look, so quick question. It's like I've been watching little weed TV shows and stuff like that, and then it's like they with the little cooking. They cook with the
Ooh.
THC. They infuse they little the foods and stuff, and they let the people eat it, and then they come with like a CBD based type of snack or something afterwards. And what they use as it's like they getting you high, but then they use the CBD to like mellow it back out to bring you back right.
Mhm.
Like, do you think that's consistent from you working with CBD now?
Absolutely. I have actually, like, whenever I'm with someone, if they get too
Mhm.
high, because I love to dab personally. So I tell people, like, if you get too high, having like some CBD will always like calm you down and get you right back on your level. So you feel, you still feel like high, but you're like, okay, I don't have any anxiety. Like, I'm fine, I'm chill.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I love to have some
Right,
CBD
right.
in some form. So I keep a little tincture in my
Mhm.
little terp fridge. I always have some CBD.
Yeah, I
Huh.
like that. So it's like I've been trying to follow the little trend and like trying to confirm it, but it's like you're the first person I come by that's like actually working with the CBD, because I know I've been
Right.
telling Big J, like, man, they use a little CBD, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying, to snatch you back. So
It
if you're feeling
does.
like a little bit too lean, you know what I'm saying, have you a little CBD.
It does.
So and that's
Yeah.
kind of cool because it like in a lot of little shops around,
Right.
you see CBD waters. So
Oh,
it's
yeah, I
like
have
so by
started
so
seeing
so
little
by you
CBD
actually
water.
saying giving us our tip today to stay hydrated, it's like if you a stoner, you know what I'm saying, you smoking your blunts, this, that, and the other, that CBD water is keeping you hydrated, and at the same time, it'll mellow you back out
Nice
so you
to
can stay
know.
functional.
Right. Right.
Exactly, especially if you got stuff to do and you're like, I wanted to smoke real quick before work and now I'm too high. Let me just
Man.
get the CBD water. real
Yeah, and
quick.
that's something that's good to know. Because I know it's a lot of people that smoke that didn't know that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
because I didn't until I started, like, I'm watching these TV shows. I'm like, I'm getting into this weed stuff. You know, it's like if I'm in the field, I need to know different things about it.
That's fact.
So that CBD, I'm like, man, CBD is worth it. It ain't just like for no lotion or nothing like
I'll
that.
say,
You know?
I'll use both. But honestly, think about the fact that like it's cannabis in general has been like so like voodoo. So it's like now we're learning new things. Like now it's more or less like acceptable and cool to
Right.
smoke. So of course we got so much to learn like about the plant. So don't feel bad.
Yeah.
I'm still learning too.
Yeah. So do you know about like the Delta 8 THC and Delta 9 THC?
All I know is the Delta 8 is nasty. Oh, that's all I know is they say stay away from the Delta 8.
Right,
That's
right.
all
Because
you
it's
know.
not as potent as the Delta
the
9.
Delta
The Delta
9
9, that's what we smoke.
Yeah.
Like,
The Delta 9, I know they say like it's gone through more testing. The better, but I've heard the Delta
Right.
8 is just nasty. So I just keep that
Yeah,
in
it's
my
supposed to
mind.
have like a low THC level.
Yeah, so every
CBD.
time I read something and be like Delta 8, I'd automatically be like, no.
I don't want to see that.
Don't even
Yeah.
ask me about it. Somebody might change my mind, but as
Right,
far as I've
right.
seen and read,
So as
Right.
far as like the CBD, like with the gummies and stuff, because they be having like in certain smoke shops and even in like 7-Elevens and stuff like that, I've been seeing they be having like CBD
they
nugs.
be like CBD pizza. I'd be like,
Mhm.
I don't know.
like are them nugs to smoke cool, or is just like if you looking for just like that CBD feel, do you feel as if it like should be through like the little gummies or like?
I'm gonna be real. I would never trust anything out of a gas station. It's like sushi.
Yeah.
CBD gas station is like
I ain't
CBD.
fucking with it like
like the sushi. You gonna take that chance with your stomach?
Oh
don't
my
think so.
God.
But I would do black market or just go into the dispensary. Honestly, I feel like Papa Berkeley is a really good brand. If you read about that brand, he made it for his father who was having like illness and like aches in his body. He got the CBD and he's feeling much better. So Papa Berkeley.
Papa Berkeley.
So it ain't really just like don't go out there getting any type of CBD to try
Don't
to like
do
do anything.
that.
You know what I'm saying? So just like anything else, make sure you know what you're dealing with.
Do your research.
Exactly. Always, always, always do your research. But I do black market. Like I know, like I tell people if you know the growers or if you get to know the growers, like you never know. Like a lot of times, black market is a lot better than the
Yeah.
legal market. So.
Yeah, I'm not all the way well versed on CBD. My biggest comeback, you know what I'm saying, and hurrah for CBD is like, man, if you get 2 blows, CBD will bring you back.
Always. If you do psychedelics as well, like shrooms, like definitely taking some CBD will bring you back.
I ain't
You've tried the shrooms before?
I had. Look, he was like, dun dun dun.
Like, nigga said it fast too. You tried the shrooms?
Hold on. Is that right?
I ain't gonna lie, I don't think I'll reach like I haven't reached my stoner peak yet because I haven't tried shrooms. You know what I'm saying? It's like the stoner peak. I think stoners all stoners have tried shrooms.
He's like, I guess I'm not a stoner because
What you think? So you don't think all stoners? You don't think the majority?
All-
I'm gonna say the
majority of
majority of stoners. I say that the majority of stoners
the
have tried.
majority of
shrooms.
stoners have probably tried it, but I feel like I don't know. Okay, I'm just saying. I
The
feel
ones
like as
who got them cold weed stories
Yeah.
have been off shrooms.
I don't have the cool weed stuff. I mean, I microdose. I started doing it during quarantine.
Right.
So I was like, okay, my homegirl, like she made like little bonbon chocolates. So I was like, all right, I'll try it. So I literally took like a 0.3, like with some chocolate, but she mixes hers with weed.
Right.
So it was definitely like
You still watching your dosage with it and stuff.
Oh, I have to. Oh, listen, I'm not about to see the purple spotted dinosaurs. I don't want to be
Yeah.
walking down the street like, look at the sun is green. No.
Man.
That be them. That be
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, they be like, I had the craziest story, bro. I was talking to Obama in the bathroom. Nah, I'm not doing that.
Oh my God. Yeah, you definitely
Oh,
gotta
want
know
that
that.
one.
Yeah, not at all.
want
Not at
that
all.
one.
I don't want to go that deep.
If it's gonna take me that far into space,
They
I'm
be like,
cool.
I'm talking to my ancestors. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm not trying to go there. No.
Oh man.
So
I'm
if
cool
you
on
take
that
a
one.
small amount, you'll feel an effect, but it won't be like hallucinating and all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. Like I usually tell people, it makes me feel like I'm a little bit tipsy, but I haven't had anything to drink.
Right.
So that's
right.
literally, like I said, I'll take like a 0.3 and like I'm gonna get ready to go to like the club or something. Like I don't drink.
Since
Right.
if you finna like take a shroom, it's like it's just that by itself. You ain't finna take
No,
no
I have to
shroom and then
smoke.
smoke.
I have to smoke with it because I feel like smoking, like I'm not a person at all that like has like anxiety. Like I've
Mhm.
never had that issue. I've
Right.
always been able to talk myself out of whatever I'm
Mhm.
feeling, like get over it, come on, whatever. But I feel like if you take shrooms, you can actually develop that because you're just thinking it in your head. But smoking, you're like, I'm good.
So
Mm.
in that way, you know what I'm
You're
saying?
like,
It's like
fuck
the
it.
shroom is low key kind of, I guess, like speeding something up, and then the weed to like bring it back down a little bit.
Have you seen the movie Limitless?
Limitless.
I think I have.
With
sounds
Bradley
familiar.
Cooper, and he
It's-
takes the pill, and then
It
he's able
sound
to like
familiar.
do stuff and remember. I feel
Right,
like that's how
right,
I,
right.
I feel like that's how it is with
right.
shrooms because you can use it for so many different things. Like right
Mhm.
now in Denver, they're actually using it for like like in therapy. So when
Mm.
people are having therapy, like people who have experienced PTSD, they're trying to help them like by taking the shrooms because it just honestly puts me in a
Loosens you
happier.
up.
It puts me in a happier place. So I was definitely
Mm.
doing it in quarantine when I was like trying to think about like the moves I wanted to make. Like I would do my vision board, listen to good music, and just like concentrate. And I would feel like I would help me like think of different avenues like that I didn't think of
Mm.
before. Like, oh yeah,
Mhm.
you know what? Maybe I should try this. Like writing down the things that I want. I don't know. It just helps me think clearer. So it's not something I like to
Yeah.
do all the time, but sometimes when I'm in that mood, I'm like,
Mm.
let me, take a little shroomy.
But like you said, you taking a small dosage of it.
doses.
You're not
Yes.
Yeah.
taking a lot. So yeah, make
Exactly.
sure you guys do that.
Microdosing
Yeah,
is key, guys.
Huh.
Microdosing
Yep,
is
yep.
key.
Yeah.
And you said you had like it'll help you with your vision board. And I remember last time we talked, it's like the vision board was like a big part of like how you would see things, and it's like know that like I'm on this track and doing that. Tell us about your vision board one more time for the
So
new viewers.
I feel like my vision board, it should be anything and everything that you want, that you see your future as. So on mine, I have put out like a couple brands, like a couple cannabis brands that I like
Mhm.
to work with. I've also put out like where I want to see myself, like how much money I want to have, the friends I want to be around, the characteristics like I want to have, like to always continue to
Mhm.
be like good-hearted, being kind to people. So
Mhm.
I feel like you just have to put where you want to see yourself at. Like, so mine
Yeah.
has a lot of stuff. It has people I want to work with, Shout out Drake, I'm trying to be your first cannabis model, you know what I'm saying? I got you.
That's
That's
right.
right.
Help with the strains, speak it into existence, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah,
You
real
got
talk.
Yep, speaking into existence.
And I
yeah.
like that because it's like you seeing it. Because if you got it on your vision board, it's no longer a thought to you now. It's like now you done put your thought on this vision board, you can see it. So now it's like I can hold myself accountable.
Absolutely.
It's like I know this is what I want to do. And it's like for me to do that, I have to do this, go through these steps right here.
Absolutely.
So it's like, in other words, it's like if you have like any type of goals that you see yourself like a month from now, 2 years from now, it's cool to like jot it down. And it's like, I like that you had that vision board there. And it's like, you can see for you to become like model of the year, you can see it's like my vision board, it came to life.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Exactly.
So that was on your vision board?
Definitely. When it all went down, I was like, let me put myself model of the year.
That's
Like,
why I
I want
said
to win
that.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because on that last interview, it's like within that vision board, it's like it's there, and it's like you
Exactly.
see that. So it's like now, it's like my thought, it's
Right
here.
there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look what happened.
And
It's
I'm
the
like, I don't know
goddess.
if people, are Christian. I personally am, but there is a verse, Habakkuk 2, or chapter 2, verses 2 and 3. And it says, write the vision and make it plain so he that sees it will run to it.
Mhm.
So I feel like that's just another way of saying, like, if you have something that you dream and you believe in, it's supposed to be for you. You have to work hard and do good to
For
people
sure.
and you will achieve it.
I like that.
That's really what I just personally
Mhm.
what I believe.
And God has just dropped some jewels on y'all.
Man.
I'm telling you.
Knowledge. Yep. I'm high.
Listen, I was just like, peace, love, and cannabis, y'all, because this is
I'm
good
high.
Okay, they got me the
Peace.
sativa lemonade. Okay, I love
Peace,
it.
love, and cannabis.
hmm That's what it's about.
Always, always.
So what do you feel about the federal decriminalization? Like, do you think that's something that should have been happened? Because it's going up for vote in November. It
Mhm.
passed in the House. Now it's up for the Senate.
I definitely feel like it should have been passed, especially as someone who is on like my page flaunting the fact that I'm smoking different weed,
Man.
flaunting the fact that I'm receiving packages from companies. Like, it should have already been decriminalized. When people were able to like go to the store during quarantine, I told like my family, like, you can go to Stater Brothers and the cannabis store. You can't go anywhere else. Everything
They were
else
essential
is closed.
for sure.
It was considered an
crazy.
essential business.
Yep.
Once that happened, they should have automatically looked and been like, all these people who are in jail for essential work, y'all got to come out.
Gotta come
Y'all
out
got to come out.
for sure.
So definitely, as someone who's able to just use weed so freely and, like I said, just flaunt it, I definitely feel like the people who did it for their livelihood, people who just did it to live, people who just did it just because they wanted to smoke,
Yep.
y'all need to
Yeah.
be out of jail.
Real
Yep.
talk. Because it's like, if it's just how you said, it's like if I'm receiving packages, I'm going out to events, people getting awards for this type stuff, and it's like
Mhm.
I'm sitting
And them
here,
sitting in jail.
you know, like, what's the deal with it? And it's like it seems as if every time they come up a topic, it's like, all right, we're talking about it, then we push it to the side a little bit more.
They
Yep.
do. And I feel like they just do like little stuff, and then we don't even really realize like it's not really doing anything in the long run. Like, it's not really helping us. So definitely, I hope that the people that are in there, they get out and that they hurry up and pass that legislation, because people do not need to be in jail for weed. For cannabis, no.
Really though, and it's like
Most
that comes that comes from the lack of knowledge of it, and like how you say, like when you go out and you set up your advertising, your booths, and this, that, and the other, it's like you told me, well, you stated that like you educate them a little bit.
Absolutely.
So whatever it is that I have, whether it's CBD or THC, whatever it is, that little short snippet right there, it's like you educating a little bit.
exactly.
So it's like it's open the
Mhm.
eyes to someone else to at least pay attention, because a lot of this stuff where it's like they viewing it as criminal activity, it's like you have a lack of knowledge or something. Because it's
For
like
sure.
you really can't name too many events, you know, where like weed smokers are involved, to where it's like it's some rah-rah shit.
I just
know?
told someone that the other day. I'm like, if you go out to like a club, you'll always hear about maybe somebody find somebody. I'm like, at weed events, we do not do anything. When I'm
everybody
around
chilling.
stoners, everybody is either trying to pass you a blunt or trying to figure out if you smoking so they can smoke you
Mhm.
out, or can I smoke with you?
Mhm.
Like, it's
Trying to find
always.
something to eat.
You feel me?
Yep.
I ain't never been to a stoner event and somebody is just belligerently yelling and
Yeah.
screaming at the top of their lungs. Oh no, he might be
Mhm.
laughing on the floor.
Yep.
This person might be over here asleep, but it ain't no crazy
I think
stuff.
like maybe the worst thing I've seen is like, and that's why I agree with the best way to smoke tips, stay hydrated.
Man.
I just think I seen somebody just like it was too hot, you know, and it's the weed on top of the
They probably
heat
took a
just
dab.
got them, you know. They
Yeah.
it just,
Listen, I done took a dab
it
like
just
that.
hurts.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So that's probably the worst thing. So it's like,
Gotta
man,
be
you trying to
hydrated.
criminalize something that actually bring people together. Because
Yeah.
at these events, mind you, it's like it's a variety of people.
It really is.
Yep.
That's the
You
one thing
know?
I love about weed. It's like so
Oh,
diverse.
yeah.
Like, that's the one thing that could bring anyone together. Young, old, ugly, fat, tall,
Everything,
skinny.
Yep.
If somebody's like, you want to smoke? It don't matter who you are. If you
Yeah.
smoke, yes. Yes,
Yep.
ma'am. I would love to
Yep.
smoke.
It's
White,
like they
black,
don't want to see
yes.
that part of us
Yep.
though.
Yep.
In the cannabis culture, the community or whatever it may be, they don't want to see that part of it. They
Mhm.
just want
People coming together.
Yeah, they
Yep.
just want to emphasize on like something that's wrong.
I feel like that's the thing that they're doing to make people feel that way, though. Like, my mom is a doctor, and it's so funny because, like, after everything happened with quarantine, like, my aunt, she has anxiety, and she couldn't get to the doctor to actually like get like the anxiety medication she was getting. So I
Right.
started giving her CBD tinctures, and just like slowly and but surely, like, she didn't need it anymore,
Mhm.
and she's doing good with just the CBD.
Right.
But my mom, who's a doctor who learned this, and that, like, she's super like against it. Like, no,
What?
like, I don't think it's good. And I'm just like, why? Like, give me, I can't tell you. I think, like, I don't know really medical back, but I don't think there's anything like good about it. And it's like, because it's been so broad, like, in our heads, like, this is a
Right.
drug. This is a drug. Especially anyone growing up in the Ronald Reagan era,
Yeah.
with them
Yep.
literally
Yeah.
telling you, like, look at your brothers and sisters and cousins killing and murdering one another. It's because of weed.
Yep.
Mad
Yeah,
reefer.
Yep.
So it's like,
Yeah.
That's
I
real.
can't even lie. I was on the dare train too. I had the shirt and everything. I was ops.
Right. I remember she
Yeah,
talked
I was
about
ops,
it.
y'all. You know what I'm
Yeah.
I was the ops. I was like,
Yeah.
dare to never smoke cannabis.
Yeah.
Right?
But at the time, we didn't know
Hey,
that shit-
Solomon can contest to that though. He like dare to
Oh, he got the dare
smoke.
shirt on right now?
Yeah.
Wait, contest to what?
Not smoking though, because you don't indulge.
Right. Well,
Never have.
Well, I've never done anything. So.
Right.
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna have to kick it with you out. I'm gonna be a bad influence. I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Yeah.
Look, everybody's thinking about the dare, but yeah, I was a snitch. I was there. I wasn't snitching, but I was definitely there. So I understand if people aren't educated
Right.
and all they know is like the bad. Like someone told me, and I had to look this up. I guess there was a quote by Thomas Jefferson that was like, "After like a long day, there's nothing better than smoking hemp on your porch."
No shit.
But
huh?
people don't know that. George Washington had a hemp farm.
Man.
But a lot of people, they do not put this in the book, and it's a reason why.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a reason why the government is doing exactly. I don't have to sound like a conspiracy theorist.
Because it was
people
black
together.
and brown that was initially involved in it in the beginning. That's why it turned the way that it turned, and they put so much of a bad stigma on it.
Literally. And that's why people
That's why.
literally feel like if you smoke weed, you'll start
And do
doing
you
this,
think in
start
reality
doing
that, like, not to cut you off, you don't think
No.
like if they do federally legalize it, like forma and stuff like that, slowly deteriorate?
I feel like if anything, it will kind of be like it is now. Prices will